Hello. Finally, I'm free. So I have now the time to come here and do this live video that I was not able to do few previously because it's so busy. I have like look, and then this and this. Right, that's my note. Anyway, I was reminded about the discrimination is very rampant here in Hong Kong. Not only nowadays, but previously worse. In our situation as OFWs, right? We are being discriminated in many ways. So, masakit yun, di ba? Masakit eh. Not only in the country that we are working, but even our own people discriminate us. Naalala ko, in 1990s, pag yung mga Pilipino na turista galing sa Pilipinas, punta dito sa Hong Kong, pag naglalakad doon sa Central o kaya wherever the places is where these maid or these helpers, their expat foreign domestic helpers are sitting down, they won't even dare to talk or look after them or to take a look at them. Even in the church, go to the church. So we are all like, parang plastikan. And even in the like going to the different department, and it is the way you handle yourself, on how you present yourself. Because manotice yan eh, if you present yourself as something that is really pero kahit naman doon sa atin sa Pilipinas, ganun din yan eh. Akala ko nasa Pinas ako, wala yung discrimination na yan eh. You're being discriminated too, right? So for me, yung paanong i-handle mo yung discrimination na yan. Para sa akin, I took it as a challenge. Someone says on my face that I'm just a domestic helper. And no one is going to listen to what I say. And that all I know is to clean house. All I know is to clean the toilet. Yan lang ang alam ko. But they don't know that most of us are learning a lot. Masakit yan. It's really very painful to hear and to actually experience those things. Especially kung yung nagsalita o kaya someone who is saying it is the same faith. You are in the same faith together, but they are in the same different race. Ganito ang ginawa ko ha. I'm not bragging. I am not lying. Nung narinig ko yan, talagang umiyak ako. I was crying. I was angry. I was crying. And I remember during that night, habang sila ay kumakain, I was in the kitchen. Ang ginawa ko, Malamig kasi eh. Ang ginawa ko, I face the and then in that kitchen, the kitchen window, nakita ko yung mukha ko. Doon, nakita ko yung mukha ko. Tapos sabi ko, tinuro ko yung sarili ko, yung mismong mukha ko. And sabi ko, walang ibang makatulong, ikaw lang. And nobody understand your predicament right now. It's only yourself and God. That time, nagbabicycle ako umuwi sa tinitirhan ko kasi scout ako. Alam nyo, hanggang dun sa place na yan, where I was working, to the place where I was staying, I was really sobbing, I was really crying. Maalala ko pa yung mga luha ko parang iniinom ko na. Iniinom ko talaga. Habang ako'y nagbabike pa uwi. Pero yung gabing yan, nakita ko yung mukha ko na going back. Sabi ko, walang ibang tao that will ever come in front of you and do something for yourself except yourself. And no one can help and understand your predicament, your struggle, and your frustration except yourself. Ano ang gawin mo? Wala. You have to do something. Oo nga, at the time, talagang wala. As in na talagang galit na galit ka, as in na talagang, what is that? You are angry, you're frustrated. But in the end of the day, ikaw rin ang gumawa ng solution yan. At that time, mag-i-end na yung kontrata ko After a few months, mag-end na yung kontrata ko. Sabi ko, I have to go home by faith. 20 years na hindi ako nag-aral. High school graduate. Tapos, 1986, umalis ako sa atin. Papuntang Singapore. Bata pa ako noon Hindi hanggang noon, 209, hindi pa ako nag-aral. So, ayan, ang alam ko lang na trabaho yung maglinis ng bahay. Yan lang. Tsaka yung trabaho sa bukid. Sabi ko sa sarili ko, and sometimes you have a good friend. So you have to listen to a good friend. Good friends tells you who you are. Ang sabi ng isang friend ko, sabi niya, alam mo Joan, uwi ka na lang at mag-school ka. You study. So I have to think it. I have to think it seriously. Mag-study ka, you need to have more money. But I have to get out by faith. I have to do it by faith. Masakit yung nangyari sa akin. So what happened? I went home 2009 and try my best to get into the university, and I am so happy and thank you University of Cordillera for accommodating me. And so finally I got into the University of Cordillera. Don't know what I am doing, but you have to start to be not to be narrow-minded, but at least you have to be open-minded, Kasi matanda ka na Alam nyo yung discrimination na yan, that's how I handle. I did not look down on myself. I did not continue to get angry. I did not continue to be frustrated. I did not continue to hate anyone else who discriminated me. I didn't. I did not. I put it aside and do something that will help me. That is why I said, depends what kind of friend that we have. If a friend will continue to pull you down, leave them. But if a friend will encourage you to go farther and change your lifestyle, change your hobby, change change everything of what you're doing, then you can continue to do, you know. So I went home and started to venture in a university, and I was so thankful that the University of Cordillera was accommodating me. And so I did it. I did, you know. And you know what happened? To cut the story short, in 2005, I think. No, 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 no. In, two, in 2013, 2013, 2011, no. Then I received a phone call from here in Hong Kong. Yung yung taong grabeng nag-discriminate sa akin, tumawag siya. Ang sabi niya sa akin, kung pwede daw, balik ako sa kanya. Talagang natulala ako kasi sabi ko, is this person joking or no? Pero sabi ko, wala eh. I am interested to go further. And then I finally realized that I love going to school. Pero hindi siya he did not stop calling me. He keeps on calling me. But then all of a sudden, I ran out of financial gain, so I was not able to continue. And I did come back. Alam nyo, do you know what happened? The same house, the same people, the people that has discriminated me and that has looked down on me, finally got me in. Siguro sabihin mo, tunggang ka pala eh. You're just so stupid. Bakit bumalik sa kanila? You know why? It's not even in my mind na bumalik ako sa kanila para magpakitang gilas. Hindi. No, it was all, I'm sure that it was all the plan. Sabihin natin in the not in a Christian way. Parang faith, F-A-T-E. Na bumalik ako sa kanila para tignan nila na hindi pala basta-basta ang isang taong katulad mo na dating dinidiscriminate at mababa ang paningin, you came back, double purpose pa yun nang nangyari. And what happened at the time? I realized that I am in the same place, in the same people. And I started to do something that is so powerful. And di lang ako yan eh. Hindi ako lang. It's not in my own ability. It's not in my own power. Hindi yung sa galing mo o kaya ano-ano ang nangyari sa'yo. Hindi. Because God was there to vindicate and to justify us. And then one day, finally, unexpected conversation came to that very core na dahilan kung bakit ako umuwi noon. Alam nyo ba, na yung discrimination na yan was a disguise as a blessing for me and for them. Why? Number one, kung mababa pala ang paningin sa'yo, don't take it super personal, don't take it seriously. What you do is you have to overturn it into a different way in order to improve yourself and do something that is opposite of how they look at you. Yung bang paningin sa'yo na stupido ka, hindi ka pala stupido. na ito lang ang kaya mo, hindi pala yan lang ang kaya mo, may marami ka pang magawa. Mind you, I did not come back to show them that it wasn't in my plan to do that. But you know, my return was actually personally to tell the person that I have forgiven and that I want to thank the person na kung hindi yung ginawa niya sa akin noon, I was not able to challenge myself to do something for myself. Yan kung paanong i-handle natin ang diskriminasyon at saka yung mababang paningin sa inyo, sa ating mismo. Lalong-lalo na tayong mga domestic helpers, mga kasambahay dito sa bambansa. Kasi we are prone to that. And the more we do that, kaya nga I'm encouraging people who are here, who are always going out every Sunday, upgrade ourselves. If we cannot do it online, there are now courses that are being offered. If not Bible school, there are courses that are being offered, and that is accredited by the International Online Studies. That's how I handle myself. And one way that I handle myself is, kahit masakit kung minsan masakit yung gano'n na parang katulong ka lang, parang gano'n. Pero, it is a pride that it is a noble job and that is a humble job and that will keep us humble in the eyes of man and in the eyes of, and it is really a noble way of earning for the need of our own self and for our family. So, ganon ang ginawa ko nung grabe. If I could relate the way it was, hindi mo talaga masikmura yan. But then, maganda pala kung ganon kasi ma-challenge ka. That is why, kung may isang friend mo na ganon ang paningin sa'yo, oo, masaktan ka, di ba? Masakit yun. Masakit yung, bakit ganon ang paningin nila sa akin? But if you will stay in that particular place, in a particular area, where you're always being hurt, then you're a loser. You got to do something for yourself. You have to, it's not to challenge them. Who cares what they say, as long as you're doing the right thing. Ibahin mo, at kung ang mga kasama mo yung mga palaging may nagchichismisan, parang wala kang you have to surround yourself in the environment of people who unlock the abilities of your mind. Yung mga people who are experienced in life, in the reality of life. And that will help you to upgrade yourself in how to handle life. Ganon yan ang gawin natin. Kasi if we will stay in that particular place where we are being discriminated, we are being maligned, we are being mocked, and then you started to get angry and you started to be frustrated and you started to curse and then you go with the same people. The same people in the same area where you don't learn anything from it. You're a loser. Pero kahit kasakit ang bato na naitama sa'yo, kunin mo yung bato na yan, gawin mo pang mas matatag kang isang tao na you won't ever let anyone in the future to step on you. Do something. Hindi yung revenge. No, I'm not saying about revenge. I'm not saying about that you're going to show them that you can, and that you are, you're doing the negative thing because you're doing the negative thing to you. That's not what I mean. Hindi yan ang ibig kong sabihin. Ibig kong sabihin is you do the opposite. Because most of the time, yung mali na yan is just remaking the heart that we have. So, ganun yung style natin. And that's what I did. And it is so powerful. And it is a very humbling experience that I had. And hindi ko pinakita na kaya ko palang gawin yan. No. What I did it, I slowly did it. And you know what? The person who actually, yung taong siya ang, grabe as in, ha? Siya mismo ang nag-i-edit sa lahat ng ginagawa ko. You know what happened? In the end of the day, sa tulong ng Diyos, nabuksan ang isip niya. Kunti lang, but at least kunti lang. Na pala, na-realize niya na yung tao, ginaganon niya, igurot pa, Pilipino at igurot pa, ay hindi basta-basta. One thing mo, makita mo yung they started to be, kasi you build the integrity sa kanila. And they saw that you're serving the real God, the real Word of God. Kaya mahiya sila. And they cannot even demand for more. So, my point of view is to how to handle this discrimination and everything, regardless what kind of face, what kind of body, what kind of mataba ka man, siksik ka man, pangu ka man. This is who I am. Diba? The only suggestion that I will tell you that I experienced is surround yourself with people that will unlock the good thing in you, not the bad thing in you, and that will suppress, and that will put down, and that will limit the arising of the negativity in the person itself, in you, because everybody has their own negative attitude, yes, ikaw, ako, may pagka-negative tayo kung minsan, hindi lang minsan, kadalasan, negative tayo, di ba? So, yan ang gawin natin. And then, of course, in the end of the day, we all have the prayer. Realizing that we cannot do it with God, without God, So, para sa akin, ganun ang discrimination kasi this is the most challenging things that is happening in our life. And that is how we're going to overcome it, The same thing in a friend. If you're with a friend, and those friends, sometimes friends, are like that, pabunggahan niya kung ano ang mayroon. May tao na pabunggahan ng damit, pabunggahan ng sapatos, pabunggahan ng mga ano-ano, kayamanan, property, whatever. Peep away from all these kinds of people. All what you do is just be yourself. Just be yourself. Be yourself and be yourself and do what you can. You cannot go beyond, you cannot go above. Do what you can. That's what we are going to do, and be just be yourself. Simple. It's just a simple way to do it. It's just be ourselves. So long as we do not do things that is contradict to the principle of what we are living in. You know? Kasi ikaw rin ang mag-guilty dyan eh. Ikaw, yung konsensya mo yan, yung konsensya mo, hindi ka makatulog yan. Hindi ka makatulog pag nakonsensya ka hanggat sasabihin mo na, sorry. And I am so thankful because I was able to thank, and that is the power of forgiveness, you know, yung na-realize mo na yung ginawa sa'yo masakit, pero it becomes the tool for you to be recreated again. Na-realize mo yan. Tapos, yung end niyan, you benefited it by yourself. They didn't benefit, but they're the one who is getting, na guilty. Kasi sila nagsabi ng hindi, ng hindi kaaya-aya eh. Di ba? Anyway, the power of forgiveness is, and to forgive those people who discriminate and is looking down on us, is to show them the opposite. And that's what I did. And I thank God that I was able to do that. And we are now together in this one roof, at nakita nila, kaya kung minsan di sila umiimik, hinahayaan lang nila na I just do what I am going to do because they trusted what you are doing. And you want their trust, you want their approval, and you want their, and they cannot just say anything because they know that you're living in your own principle. So, ganon yung discrimination sometimes is good. But if it keeps going on and on and on, then you have to stand and you will say, what is that I have done that I deserve this when I did everything I can? Then probably it is a new avenue for us to leave and change to another place, because sometimes God uses circumstances for us to just leave them so that they will learn their own lesson. And I'm sure yung mga taong to, yung taong yan, na learn her own lesson. I know it's but sometimes, but at least there is a realization. So ganon yan ang gawin natin. Number one, we have to turn to the opposite what they had been talking about us. Secondly, surround ourselves with people who will unlock the possibilities of your good thing in us, not the bad thing, but surround, with people who have all this good experience on how to overcome this and how to overcome that. That helps us to see ourselves and do the same thing. Ganon. O kaya, read books that will encourage everybody and that will encourage yourself. So, ganon yan ang gawin natin. And talk with people who has an optimistic values, hindi yung pessimistic at saka skeptic. At saka, yung mga yun, it doesn't help. Hindi yan makatulong yan. Just think about your worth. And if there is a criticism about what you're doing, then accept it. And then you just retry again and do the same thing. Do the other thing. If these things is not working and there are a criticism, then do the other thing. That's what we do. So, para sa akin, gano'n yan. Discrimination, that's how I handle discrimination. Pero nakita ko yung discrimination nung mga ibang tao. I really cannot stand. Pero God has given me the ability to talk to the person, to the people who discriminate their own fellow people. Pero yung nangyari sa Pilipinas, I know, I will ikwento ko yung next topic yan. Ikwento ko yung nangyari sa Pilipinas noong 1999 ata yun. 1999 doon sa NAIA airport noon. I was discriminated, by immigration officer. This will be another topic that I'm going to tell to you maybe tonight or maybe tomorrow. Or maybe I'm going to build that story. Naalala ko yan eh. Anyway, let's all have coffee. Kasi malamig na panahon ngayon. So, anyway, thank you for commenting. My Free Time TV, thank you. And good news for me. May good news. Pero wag ko nang sabihin. Para sa akin yan. Anyway, thank you for listening. And we'll be coming back later. Okay. I'll coming back later.